How you doing? You want to come down with this? Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Okay. We're coming down over here, and we're looking at this over here. Now, it looks like nothing, so if I don't write it nice, if I don't get another book, hold on a second. I'm going to get out another book. Do this right. Okay, now let's get this thing closer. Don't worry about that. Okay. And now let's look what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two dice and I'm going to write them down. Okay? Should I write it big? Let's write it big. Here's one. How does that one perform? How does that one perform at his greatest? He performs at his greatest this way. He performs at his greatest that way because what you are doing is you are dividing between this area here and this area here. This is two sides that she divides. So right away, two, this is the Budweiser bow tie, by the way, two sides. These ends over here will end up being what they call the jack because it's going to be a link after, but I'll show you after what happens. It's a hook that stays up and then it hooks in. The piece goes up and then let's not even talk about it. Anyways, okay, so this is what it is. So we showed you the one dice, okay? I'm showing you how we chop apart the one dice, okay? So we put the line all the way through in the one dice. It shows 4, but this is not a formation. This is the totality of the 360 of that. The first time this will live, the only time this will live in full is when it grows this big. This is what it must do in order to live. In order to hang on the cross, in order to live, you must do this. It's not a maybe, that's the design. It's just a design, okay? This is what's in the design. This is the top row, this is the top row, 2 in the middle, 3, 2 in the middle, 3. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. This is the formation. Now they splice together, as you can tell. They all splice together. These are where the strands come in. And all was designed by this sweet little one over here. So the value of that dot is 5. But it's 5 times 360 degrees. One part of the 360 degrees belongs to the house. They all own 360 degrees. In this house, he turns time 360 degrees. 5 times 360, 1,800. 00 says he turns time in 2 houses. 6 hours and 6 hours. That's what he does. 600, 600, 6 hours. 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours. 30 hours. 30 times 6 is 18. All the numbers have to match. I don't care what you want to use them for. But I'm going to show you that 18 is a description actually of 3 houses. The 5 and 3, the 6 and 2, the 7 and 1, the 4 and 2, the 3 and 3. These are different parts of your fingers. Okay? When you're talking about the 7, it's because now you have 2 hands. You have 1 hand or 2 hands. Either you're playing in one world with God, plug me up, or one world without God. But you're not 2 hands in here, but now you got to use your 2 hands. So number 1 goes over here. So the value of 1 is 36. The real value of 1 equals to 4 times 36, 360, 1,440. East-west, 6-4 is east-west. So in the zeros here, it's 6 or 4. There's 10 seconds in this one. I forgot about that. In this one over here at the beginning, there's 10 seconds. 4 is the angel. 2 is the split world. You can use 4 or 6. That's why it can be 444, the chain link. So at this part, there's 1,400, and there's 1,440 minutes in a regular day of man. 24 hours times 60. Now, 288, okay? 288, which is 8 days, which is 16 days. 16 days, hold on a second. 16 days times 24. No. 16 times 8 equals 128. It's not right. 16 times 8 equals. Okay, well, whatever this is, 144 times 2 equals 288. Okay, I forget what we needed this number for. 24 times 6 equals 144. 6 days a man. Okay, we understand that? 6 days a man here, when it should have been the 4 days a man, and it should have been over at 96 hours. 96 hours, 96, 192 it should have been. 1, 9, and 2, and that was it. Because the ninth gate comes out of the one hole. 9, 5, 1 always come out of the same hole. This 9 is a 6. It comes out of the 5 hole. It's 5 and 1 in the foxhole. It's your birth. It's the passage. That hole inside of our head that blows the wind on through is the passage. These numbers I'm mentioning right now that I brought up is because of the Mayan calendar, where I can match this 1440 minutes in a day to the 288 that squeezes into something bigger inside the Mayan numbers of the 25,920 or 25,625. I just don't really have it which way. And 1440 is 12 by 12, and 1440 is 414 is the 9 birth, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 becomes the 4, 1 becomes the 5, 0, 1 becomes 405, and it becomes the exclamation point on the keyboard. 4 equals 0, 5 equals 1, because the first time for the 1 exists is inside 4. Otherwise, he's got his own life to live before he sticks his feet into your handcuffs. 10 becomes a 4 and 5. 5, 4, 4, 5. 5 by 5 is 25, and 5 and 5 is 10, is 35 of the 10 worlds. 4 by 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8, 24. 240 hours, 10 days, 240 hours. 20 days in a month, 480 hours. This number will squeeze into the numbers of the creation of the Mayan split calendar, in which they show on the calendar like this, right? But then if you take a look on the calendar, it's this. And that's basically playing one ear and the other ear. But we all know that it doesn't come out until the V-neck suit comes out. And that's when everything gets split up again in this design. This design right here is right there. Do you see it? It's right there in red on the roulette. Don't forget, the lines change every time the area space changes for the numbers we have. And that's in a one dimension. I got to make like in the baseball, you're backed up to the plate. I'm backed up to the plate anymore. I'm not in the game of play. So you back up into the corner, and your field of perception is here. This is it. There is no behind you. It's special K. You got blockers behind you. You're safe. You're in the corner. In fact, you know what? The safest place, the worst place is facing the corner. You got your back towards everybody. But when you're opening out, you got the whole square to you. 2 hands, because you only get halfway. So you go out half of your house. You stick your head out the door like the chicken. You put the hands in each corner. You hold on to it. You nail yourself there so you don't fall out. You get the electric mind going into the other world. You look out. You, let's say, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And all of a sudden the strand is down. And all you're looking into is one freaking corner. 1 corner out of 8. The 8th gate inside of 7 is the only corner you're allowed to look out now, because the rest of the house has been taken away. They backed you right into the corner. They pushed you out to where the nut is. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm looking right into a corner. This is the way we're living right now. Okay, this is my apartment over here. Check that, okay, like that. Now check that out. See that corner over there? Okay, we're supposed to live in that corner looking out, right? But instead of living there, we're living in the middle of the den, meaning that we can have people behind us, people on the side of us, and all over. You want to be in that corner. That's where all radar takes place. If you do that, you want to be in the middle. You want to be in the middle of the ball, and you want to be on all the points on the outside. So when the V-neck comes out and we split the world and you ask why, well, you ask this guy over here why. He taught me how to draw like this. I got a diamond for a father. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Oh, it's my father's birthday today, right? I called him. Wow. 76, the spirit of 76. My mother, the spirit of 71. A sister of 49, 77. Instead of Christ being a man, it's a woman. A brother of 52, the heart of the earth, the soul. Another sister who's a flower, 69. Born 45, demeanor of the fox, to know of the wren, which is the cote of the roi, which is the right hand, to know the better, to choose, to be decisive. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. This is the end of the roll. It's time to get some housework done. I've got some cooking and cleaning, and it's the weekend. So you won't see me very often this weekend because I've got to go to space camp.